Tears of the Kingdom has been out for over a year now, and whether you're just jumping back into the game or you never really left, I want to help make your next playthrough more exciting by providing you with some fun RPG or D&D style classes that you can use as inspiration. And then I'll take the classes through the Demon King's army and the boss rush to show you how they play and how they perform. Today we're talking about the Ranger class, and for this one we went for a standard Ranger and the Aragorn subclass, since Aragorn is a Dunedain Ranger in Lord of the Rings. The Ranger wears the Snowquill headdress, the Froggy sleeve dyed brown, and the Glide pants dyed brown, all at level 2 for a total of 22 armor. The Ranger only has 15 hearts, but makes up for it with 2 3/5 wheels of stamina. For combat, we really wanted to make this Ranger have a heavy focus on bows, so he has access to any type of bow you want. We created our endgame build with some of each of the main bow types like multi-shot, quick-shot, and long-range bows. To add even more versatility, the Ranger has explosive arrows in the form of bomb flower fuses, flaming arrows in the form of fire fruit fuses, and long-range arrows in the form of Aracuda wing fuses. The Ranger also carries an unfused one-handed weapon in case of emergencies. We used a pristine feathered edge. Now on to the Aragorn subclass. We actually made 2 armor sets for this one. First is the Strider set with the Hylian hood dyed black, the Hylian tunic dyed black, and the Fierce Deity boots, all at level 2 for a total of 24 armor and a little bit of attack up. Then we have the King set with the Royal Guard uniform and the Soldier's Greaves, both at level 2 for a total of 22 armor. Aragorn is a little bit tankier than the standard Ranger with 18 hearts and 2 2/5 wheels of stamina. Unlike the standard Ranger, Aragorn has access to every type of bow except for multi-shot bows, and only has access to fire fruit and Gleeok wings for arrow fuses. To make up for this, Aragorn's primary weapon is the Master Sword fused with a Silver Lane Saberhorn, since the fused Master Sword looks a bit like Aragorn's sword. Onduril. By the way, if you want to help me decide how to build these classes, you should consider coming to one of my YouTube streams. All of these classes are built on stream with the help of my viewers. Now that we've gone over the builds, let's see how the Rangers perform against the Demon King's army and the boss rush. For the Demon King's army, the Ranger had above average performance since the multi-shot bows and bomb arrows were great for AoE damage while remaining at a safe distance. And Aragorn only had average performance since he really only has access to single target damage. For Colgera, both Rangers performed above average since they both have access to long-range bows with wings fused to the arrows. For Marbled Goma, Aragorn performed above average since he has a very powerful sword that makes for a quick clear, while the regular Ranger had to jump off of Goma's head and use bullet time with a multi-shot or quick-shot bow to deal damage a bit slower. The Ranger performed below average against Muktarok since he only has a weak melee weapon, so it was hard to deal quick damage compared to Aragorn, who has a very powerful melee weapon mixed with quick-shot bows, which makes the boss fight a cakewalk. Same thing goes for Queen Gibdo. The standard Ranger was held back by weak melee, while Aragorn was easily able to melt the Queen. Both Rangers performed slightly above average against the Sea's Construct, since they both used the same strategy of setting the Construct on fire to stun it, and then using a one-handed spin attack to launch it. The Ranger performed above average against Phantom Ganon since multi-shot bomb arrows absolutely delete the Phantoms, while Aragorn performed slightly above average due to high single target damage. For Ganondorf, both Rangers performed above average because the quick-shot bows make it easy to bow stall Ganondorf, shooting him in the head anytime he charges to stop him in his tracks, making for a very safe fight if you're accurate enough. Then of course Aragorn also had the advantage of high single target damage. With all of that considered, let's take a look at the boss rush viability tier list. If you combined both of the Ranger variants, we would easily have our first S tier, but since they both have their own flaws that hold them back a little bit in certain situations, they both fit into the A tier. Although I will say, the standard Ranger was much more fun to play due to the near complete reliance on bows, while Aragorn felt a little too much like a normal playthrough. Remember that this isn't a multiplayer game, so there's no need for perfectly balanced classes. Think of the viability tier list as more of a difficulty indicator, letting you know that both of these Rangers make the game pretty easy. So if you prefer a challenge, try one of the classes lower down on the tier list. If you decide to give any of these classes a try, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you don't like the way I've built these classes, or you just want to be a part of the decision-making process, then remember to check out my YouTube streams so you can help me build these classes like these lovely people did for the Ranger.